Hello Aries, this is your tarot reading for the dates of June 11th through June 17th. You pulled two wonderful cards, and these two cards are the King of Autumn and the Four of Autumn. Now the King of Autumn, let's talk about the symbolism of the card. Here we see the king sitting on his throne, and above him are grapes, which signify prosperity and or coins. And beside him you have a German shepherd who protects his wealth, him and his wealth. And in the Four of Autumn cards, you have a fairy who's stately. She's wearing fine clothes. She's wearing satin and silks and chiffon and that kind of thing, and velvet. And she looks at herself in the mirror, and the image in the mirror speaks nothing of what is reality. In the image in the mirror, she's basically without any of her fine linens, her clothes. She's just wearing linen or muslin even. So this is an indication about not being aware of your full havingness, your ability to create money or create relationships or have wonderful emotional ties. So we're going to go back to the King of Coins now. And for you, King of Coins, you find Aries, this is a successful time. Your current projects are green lit, and you are in promotion stage, and you're receiving a high salary. You're to accept the opportunities that are offered to you and have confidence that you'll succeed, because you're just in a money-making momentum space. Or someone who has material goods will give you excellent advice. They are a person who's successful, or they've had a long-standing career, and now they enjoy the finer things in life. Professional, generous, responsible, practical, competent, they have the Midas touch. Everything they touch turns to gold. They are the captains of industry. They certainly have financial security. Moving on back to the Four of Coins. It's interesting. You can't make this stuff up. These two cards dovetail perfectly together. This talks about how you feel about your wealth. And not wealth in the sense of money, but wealth in the sense of talent, skills, relationships, professional relationships, romantic relationships. It also speaks about spiritual growth. So, you know, sometimes this could speak of either gambling or spending too much money, or the opposite. It could be somebody that holds on too tightly to their money and not allowing them any comforts. Maybe. So you need to look at where you're not striking a balance in your havingness space. And also, if something has happened to people in the past, like people that were raised in the Depression, would have a difficult time spending money. They would save to buy a house, that kind of thing. They would save for a rainy day. They wouldn't have expenditures to make their lives nicer along the way. And they're the type of people that you'd have to say hello to them, that not only that they shut down their pocketbooks tightly, but also maybe they were unwilling to create new friends or allow people to give to them, or allow their kids to go off to a better school, or didn't understand why their kids wanted to play musical instruments or that kind of thing. They had shut down their ability to create better lives and better lives for their children because they didn't understand that shutting down their financial space also shut down their fourth chakra on some level, and made them ultra conservative about what they were entitled to have, and then what their children were entitled to have. Also might speak of donating to worthy causes or charities. And so again, it's cautioning us to not let fear-based actions limit our actions, our decisions about what we can have based on what our family told us that, or what our birth order was, that kind of thing. And now I'm going to ask the Supreme Being to give us a little tidbit about what could make the day, or week rather, more grounded, profitable, fulfilling, joyful. It's a message to look at the cup half full. So definitely this goes along with the Four Coins theme. He says, sometimes when we restrict our wallets or our finances, then we don't allow the good to come to us because we're just being too ultra conservative, a little obsessive, and then we're letting opportunities pass us by. Yeah, it's kind of all work, no play makes Johnny a dull boy, too. It's, sometimes, on a large part, people's money space controls their four chakras or your affinity for self and for others. And people take their self-esteem from how much money they have in the bank, which is a pity, because if they didn't do that so readily, they could change that space and then allow the good to come to them. That's what the Supreme Being's wisely counseling. Yes, and then a lot of times a birth order will control how much money a person's allowed to have. For example, if you're the firstborn child, if you're the eldest, you're allowed to have the most in your family. If you're the youngest, you're allowed to have the least. You're supposed to marry well. Say that you're a female, for example. Now, it's silly to operate that way in modern times, but that it's kind of an Edwardian spillover from the turn of the century, when that's actually how parents felt about their youngest children. They were supposed to stay home and take care of their elderly parents and not marry. So some of that still continues to this day. So that limits parents' ability to give to their children because they've just adopting their own parents' or grandparents' worldviews. If you're a sixth generation immigrant, then sometimes that first generation immigrant and great grandparents are still affecting you on some level. You want to make sure that you're living a life that you deserve to have. So that's a wrap. Thanks again, Aries. It's so wonderful being able to work with you, and love and light until I see you, until next time.